Morning. Morning to everyone. Hope you'll do well. Hope you can hear me. Morning, Marco. IoT. I'm gonna wait for about 2 minutes before I start. Thanks, Marco. Morning, Tanya. Morning, Anthony. Morning, Gary. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes, a few more seconds, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Then I'm gonna start. Hope you're well. Looking forward for the weekend. Just a reminder that I'm also going to be here during the weekend. Morning, Alberto. All right. So I'm going to start. Whoever is here, I'm glad you're here. Whoever is not, can always go back to the recordings. So we've been practicing Anapanasati. And Anapanasati means observation of the breath as it goes in and as it goes out. As it is, natural breath without trying to change it, without trying to manipulate it. When we observe our breath, we start seeing the connection between mind and matter. Mind and matter. The mind reacts to what happens in the matter reacts to what happens in our mind. On the apparent level, we think we react to what happens outside of us, to the circumstances. However, when you start observing your breath and you start observing your truth as it pertains to yourself, by observing your breath, you start realizing that really, you don't really react to what happens outside of you, you react to what happens inside of you. There's always a sequence of reactions that happens inside of us Unless there is a biochemical change in us, we don't react. The world can explode outside of us, but if there's no biochemical reaction inside of us, we don't react. So first, our mind perceives what happens through our sense tools, and then there's a biochemical change, and only after the biochemical change, there's a reaction. And this reaction is subjective, and when our mind realizes what has happened and there's a reaction, the mind reacts to the reaction basically. And this reaction, the way we react to our biochemical change, is becoming a pattern. And the pattern is basically sets our life, because this pattern, unless we become aware of it, unless we change it, and most of the time it's a negative pattern because it's always based on whether we like the moment or we don't like the moment. We like this biochemical change or we don't like this biochemical change. If we don't like it, all we want to do is get rid of this biochemical change, this biochemical uncomfortable sensation that is created within us. If we like it, all we want to do is to stay there. So wherever there's craving, there is also dislike on the other side. Whenever there's dislike, there's also craving on the other side. So when you start sitting and observing your truth through your breath, through your natural breath, as it is, you start awakening to the truth, the real truth within you, and not only what appears to be. So that's why you gotta keep on meditating. You gotta keep on observing your truth through your breath. And your breath is a great tool to do it because it's something that we can grasp and we can always lean onto. We can always use it and understand what happens within us. If we just try to understand our pattern of thoughts, then it's very elusive. Thoughts, there are thousands and thousands of thoughts that go through our mind every day. It's very difficult to grasp a pattern by just grasping the thought, and understanding things as they go only by trying to focus on our thoughts. So by understanding our breath, by being focused on our breath, we have something that we can grasp and we can work with. All right, so get into your meditation position, whether you're on the floor, whether you're on the chair. Make sure your back is straight, your face is relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, your hands in your lap or wherever you feel comfortable putting your hands. And we're going to focus on our breath right below our nostril. The narrower the area, the sharper our mind becomes. So close your eyes and bring your attention to the area below your nostrils and become aware of your breath as it goes in and as it comes out, as it goes in and as it comes out. Natural breath, without trying to change it, without trying to manipulate it, without trying to control it. Whatever the experience, whatever the pattern of your breath, just observe it objectively, accept it, and understand that this is your truth right now. Be aware of the pattern, whether it's deep or shallow, fast or slow, going in from your right nostril or your left nostril, whatever the pattern, just observe it and accept it. And make sure you become aware of this change, the constant change within the pattern, within your matter, within your mind. There's always change, always change. And when you experience it with awareness, it becomes your truth. And when it becomes your truth, then it does not affect you like it doesn't affect you ignorantly. So just stay with your breath. And every time that you feel that your mind is drifting, just bring it back to your breath without feeling any frustration, without any negativity. Just accept that your mind has drifted and you are bringing it back. And whether it happens all the time or just a few times, just accept it, that this is your truth, this is your moment, this is your habit pattern of your mind. And don't react. And if you start feeling drowsy, tired, it's very natural. Take a couple of deeper intentional breaths and then go back to observing your breath as it is. And if you do need to change your posture, do it very, very slow without losing focus on your breath. And try to keep your eyes closed for the whole session. Every time you feel that your mind is drifting away, just bring it back to your breath. All right. We have meditated together for 22 minutes. You may continue meditate on your own. If you have any questions, please ask me. Use the live chat box. If you don't want to use the live chat box, you can always connect with me personally. Use the faculty of your breath, the ability to be aware of your breath and what happens within you. Use it throughout the day. Every time negativity arises, go back to your breath. Fall asleep with awareness of your breath. Wake up in the morning with awareness of your breath. It's going to help you to maintain awareness throughout the day. And meditate morning and evenings. 15 to 20 minutes in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes in the evening. I'm going to be here tomorrow again, 9 o'clock in the morning. But I know it was quite loud today. There was a lot of noise around, but that's how it is. We cannot control the circumstances. We cannot control what happens around us. We can control how we perceive it, how we react. And we can choose, are we going to react or not? So it's always good exercise to have things happen while you meditate and you learn to deal with these things. So noise is one of these things. Thanks, Tanya. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Liesel. I see there's no questions coming up. I'll wait for a few more seconds. If you know of anyone that can benefit from this, please share it with them. There's a few more days we're going to be doing it. We don't know how long lockdown is going to continue for, but as long as we're doing, people can benefit. So please share it. All right, beautiful. So no questions. Sending you a lot of love from here. Stay focused, stay sharp, stay aware, stay objective. Objectivity is important, most important. And whatever the circumstances, just understand that it's all impermanent. Everything is always changing. Cool. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Lots of love. Claire. Hi, Claire. Thanks so much. All right, we'll see you. Come back tomorrow. Good, I'm glad, Claire. Come back tomorrow. We're going to do it we're going to continue. You're going to progress as you practice. Thanks so much.